Hello friends, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're continuing our studio etiquette series, and I really want to talk to you about the worst part of many piercers' days, the no call, no show. Now before we fully dive into that, as you can see, we're here in my new space in Seattle. It is pretty empty in here right now. I just got in a couple days ago and all of my belongings won't get here for about another month. And I need to order some more stuff for this space for filming, but until I was in this space and I could take really accurate measurements, I couldn't order any of it. So we're gonna have a couple videos that are gonna be just pretty plain Jane, plain black background, and as stuff comes in and as I hang and I decorate, this space should get more interesting over the next coming weeks, so stay tuned for that. Now back to the point of this video, no call, no shows. So what we mean by this is if you have an appointment scheduled, let's say, to get a piercing done, and something happens, something comes up, you can't make your appointment, but you don't give us a call and tell us you won't make it there, you don't shoot us a message on Instagram, you don't send us an email, you just don't show up. No call, no shows. And these have become increasingly prevalent in the piercing industry in basically every studio that I've guested at and all of my friends' studios, and they suck. They're kind of like the worst. During COVID, many piercing studios swapped to being by appointment only, or primarily by appointment, where they'll take walk-ins here and there, but appointments take priority. And honestly, I think the appointment system is so much better, both for us as piercers, but also for you as clients. With appointments, we as piercers have a set amount of time. We don't have to feel rushed. If we're doing a piercing or a service that is more labor intensive or more difficult, we know that we have plenty of time in which to do it. We have plenty of time for everything that we need to do. As piercers as well, we know what our day is going to look like. I walk in and I don't have to wonder, oh, am I going to do 10 nostril piercings today or 10 sets of cheeks? I know exactly what I have on my schedule and I can pace my days so that I'm not overworking myself. For clients, it means that you have dedicated time. Gone are the days of showing up at the studio, potentially having to wait for 4 hours to get seen by a piercer. You don't have to worry about your experience feeling rushed or your piercer not doing a good job with you because they're thinking about the 10 people who are waiting in the lobby afterwards. So appointments are just really great all across the board. But things happen, life stuff happens, you forget that you had a thing to go to with your family, your car breaks down, unexpected expenses crop up and you can no longer afford to get your piercing. Whatever the case may be, it happens, but no call, no showing is just about the worst thing that you can do to any service provider, but especially to piercers. When we take appointments and we have fully booked days, we are counting on all of those appointments coming in order to make the money that we need for our paycheck that week. And if a cancellation happens, we usually have a wait list so we can call someone and see if someone can come in even with short notice. Or if we know we have a cancellation and we can't fill that slot, we can assign that time to do a different task around the studio. I can plan to take some inventory if I know that someone's not coming in. I can move around my day and take an extended lunch break. I can go shadow one of my coworkers and see what they're doing. I can help back a house with different projects. We can get a lot of stuff done. But when you just no call, no show, we have no idea. I sit around twiddling my thumbs, hoping that you're just late for 15 minutes. And once we finally make the call, okay, this is a no call, no show, I usually don't have enough time to be productive or get another task done. Not only that, but it does really impact our paychecks and our bottom line. All it takes is 2 or 3 no call, no shows on a weekend to change the amount of money a piercer is going to make by potentially a couple $100s. Whereas if someone did take the time to cancel and shoot us a message or reschedule, we can fill those slots with other people, or we can at least fill that time with being productive. But the last thing that I want to do is, if someone's just 5 minutes late to their appointment, is go in the back and start an inventory project and have them show up 3 minutes later. So I typically won't do that unless I know that someone isn't going to make their appointment. You know, I get it. Sometimes people forget. You don't want to be rude. You're worried that people will be upset at you. That's the big thing that I hear from most clients that I've talked to about this is they no-call, no-showed because they were ashamed or embarrassed that their car broke down or their family member couldn't drive them, or they just had a bunch of life expenses come up and they couldn't afford the service anymore. But I am here to tell you that that is not the case. You do not have to feel embarrassed. You do not have to be worried. In fact, we are grateful when people call to cancel. I am thankful when someone calls and goes, oh, I'm feeling sick, like I can't come in. I'm like, thank you. Thank you so much, A, for not like coming in and getting us sick, but B, for letting us know. The biggest issue with the no-call, no-show is the no-calling, the no contact. Not knowing what's going on makes it so much harder for us to deal with the situation as service providers. But if you let us know that you're not going to be able to make it in, no matter what the reason, we're usually able to be far more understanding and we're able to kind of readjust and reaccommodate our days. Now, most studios have cancellation policies. It's usually somewhere within the first 24 hours. If it's within 24 hours of the appointment, there is a cancellation fee. And I get it. Some people think that by no call, no showing, they'll just get out of having to pay that. Well, A, that's not how that works. B, cancellation fees are in place to protect us as service providers, because if you make an appointment, especially if you book like a 2-hour-long appointment slot with me, I can fit 4 other clients in during that time period. So for you to no-call, no-show me on a 2-hour slot, that really messes up my whole day. So those cancellation fees are there to protect us as providers and make sure that people aren't just booking a bunch of appointments with us and never showing up. But the other thing is, if your situation really is difficult and you take the time to talk to me, I understand, we understand, we're usually going to be super accommodating. I have clients all the time who have to do a within 24 hours cancellation because they're feeling sick. If that's the case, I'm not going to charge you that cancellation fee. I'm just grateful that you didn't come in sick and get me and my staff sick and that you actually took the time to let us know. But if you don't call, if you don't explain, hey, I'm sick, I'm feeling under the weather, I have no idea what's going on. From my perspective, you're just the asshole who made an appointment and didn't show up. For all I know, you forgot that you even had an appointment, you decided to go to some concert or party or on vacation instead of coming and seeing me. Now, because I don't know, because you haven't reached out, I think you're kind of a jerk, and I'm definitely going to charge you that cancellation fee. But if you communicate, if you take the time to let me know what's going on, I'm usually more than happy to work with you, and so are most piercers and most studios. Now, we're still going to charge you the cancellation fee if it's just something like, oh, I forgot my appointment, or oh, I just decided I don't want to get it. Because if that's the case, you gotta let us know within 24 hours. It messes up too much of our day not to. If it's truly an emergency, you got a flat tire, your car's stuck on the side of the road, you're sick, the family member who's going to drive you is sick, we totally understand, and we're usually more than willing to be accommodating. More than ever, no-call, no-shows are becoming an issue for most industries, but especially the piercing industry. The last 2 weeks that I worked, I had over a dozen no-call, no-shows, and this affects my bottom line as a piercer. It affects how much money I make. It affects how many clients I'm able to see, and it means that a lot of people who want to try and come in and see me, who maybe only have time during that time period, or maybe this is the only time that's best for them to get the piercing they need, don't get to see me. So by no-call, no-showing, you're also taking away these services and experiences from others, but it also is just kind of shitty. It means that I don't get to be as productive during my day, totally messes up our scheduling, and it's just kind of a rude thing to do. So with piercings being a more appointment-based service now, if you're planning on booking an appointment and coming in for a piercing and something comes up, no matter what the reason, please just reach out to your studio, reach out to your piercer, let them know that you won't be able to come in and why, and I promise we're just grateful that you give us that level of communication. The bar is kind of on the floor sometimes when it comes to this sort of thing, but just take the time to give us the common courtesy to let us know that's what's going on. To all of my clients who do end up needing to cancel appointments and who let me know, y'all are the best, you're the MVP, you're doing the right thing, thank you so much. It genuinely means the world to me to have someone actually contact and cancel. And hopefully this little bit about studio etiquette helped you understand a little bit more about appointments and might help remove some of the social anxiety that I know can come with having to cancel an appointment. Trust me, we get it, it's awkward, but we really are just grateful that you reach out to cancel. That's the latest in our studio etiquette series. If you have any other studio etiquette topics you want to see me cover, please let me know down in the comments below. I love all of the suggestions I've been getting, and I'm so excited to continue talking about studio etiquette and some of these little things that clients may not realize about piercing. As per usual, have an awesome rest of your day, and I can't wait to hang out and chat again soon. Bye!